Disclaimer, I have not played all the games on this list, but I feel like I know enough about each of these to rank them fairly accurately. Cheers! So, Three Houses revealed the time skip, and yeah, it's pretty exciting. I thought it would be fun to see how Fire Emblem has used time skips in the past, while also looking at the effectiveness of each, so I'm going to rank them. Also, I'm going to be excluding DLC from this list. I feel like they create situations that are slightly different than a standard time skip. Also, I'm not going to do the Echoes one, because that happens like 10 minutes into the game, and it doesn't really affect anything. Well, I mean, it does, but like, it doesn't, you know what I mean. Alright, let's dive in. Oh, fates. This is what happens when you don't do a time skip. You get deep realms. Realms where time moves faster, so children can grow up and join the army, so that a couple can have a baby during war, but they're still the same age. This is dumb. Real time skips, please. Awakening. By far the worst use of a time skip in the series. The game shunts up a year and provides Baby Lucina. Oh, also Validar's in charge of Plaga now, so that's something I guess. Characters keep the same support levels that they had before, and everyone's kinda just there. No one's moved from the country in a year, they're just all there. Feels like no time's passed at all. Three Houses seems to be fixing some of this thankfully, with characters scattering to their original countries while also locking romance supports until after the time skip. So, Awakening's time skip kinda blows. Luckily, it's the only truly bad one in the series. Blazing Sword. Think of this as Awakening's time skip, except done right. Even though the skip doesn't really affect the story that much, it does provide the player with the unique opportunity of re-recruiting units. Finding old members of the crew built the year before sporadically through the chapters is fun and engaging. However, this is not the only time skip in Ebe. More on that later. Mystery of the Emblem. By far the most traditional time skip, but a good one nonetheless. Mystery of the Emblem, Book 2 of it, takes place 3 years after the first Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light. A bunch of characters are scattered all over the place, and Hardin's descent into madness is a sad one. There's not really much to say about this one, except unlike the ones above, the skip plays a pivotal role in the story, which is nice. Binding Blade. Binding Blade is in a unique situation in that it's the only Fire Emblem game that received a prequel rather than a sequel. It moves ahead about 20 years after its prequel. I like this time skip more than Mysteries because it lets us see older versions of past characters. Also, it's nice to see children of units from Blazing Sword. Some of the older characters even get developed, such as Zaphiel, who transforms from a weak child to a menacing lord. But since it got a prequel, there are some discontinuities. This isn't really a fault of the game, but it would be cool to see older versions of fan favorites like Nino or Lyn. Here's hoping that a remake does this. Radiant Dawn. This is where things start to get really good. Radiant Dawn skips ahead 3 years after Path of Radiance. Well, some characters stay the same, others get haircuts, some become stronger, and that's Sothe? Talk about a glow-up. The game's story deals with the fallout of the war initiated from the first game, making the skip feel completely justified story-wise. But what sets this skip apart from the others is the data transfer. Similar to the memory link from Pokemon Black 2, you could upload data from Path of Radiance to transfer over stats, weapon skills, and in some instances, even character relationships. The skip doesn't just push forward the game's world, it pushes forward the player's world. Genealogy of the Holy War. Okay, of course this is the best skip. Between its own Part 1 and Part 2, Genealogy skips ahead 15 years. I'm going to assume most of you know the twist of Genealogy, but I won't spoil it for those who don't. From the twist springs greater repercussions than any other FE. Not only does the skip affect gameplay from the stats of the children, it also brings about great emotional stakes. Finding out what happened to some of the characters from Part 1 can be utterly heart-wrenching, and the skip allows the tale to have an emphasis on family and legacy. You can have no time skip, and there would still be war. Without the skip here, there is no genealogy. Hey, thanks for watching the first traditional episode of a random FE thing. I'm just gonna jump around random topics and make videos of them. Hope you enjoyed this one.